And we are back with another exciting episode of our Ocean City Real Estate Roundup. We are your host. I'm Gray Haenn with Berger Realty.
I'm Pat Davish with OCNJHomes.com.
If by now you figured this out, every week we showcase 5 new listings in the Ocean City market, give you our pointers and tips. Again, if you guys have been tuning in, our track record has been very on point. Majority of the properties that we showcase have sold, and they've sold quickly. I always like to say we know what we're doing, and definitely tune in and listen to us a little bit more.
Yeah. So the first property we're going to highlight this week is 4952-54 West Avenue. This is a completely renovated duplex. It's listed at $1,649,900, so it's $1,650,000 for both floors. Now both floors are 3-bedroom, 2 baths. Been completely renovated, ready to move in. It's ready to be occupied now. It's on a 30 by 100 lot in the south end. You got parking for 4 cars, no garage. You are at the south end there on the bay side, but you're 3 blocks from the beach there. Again, completely turnkey. You can also purchase each floor separately because it is condo. The first floor is available for $799, top floor for $849, and they did a really nice job. I gotta say, I do like the units. I like the finishes. The only thing I can mention, which I've run into in the past with some of these renovated condos, is when they don't have a dining space. Now, I like the deck size, and I think you can put a table out there, and I don't think it'd be a problem. But I did notice that when I was going through it.
That's a good point. They did do a really good job. They did a quick turnaround on it too. I think they purchased this like the beginning of the summer. The one in completely gutted it, renovated it. The finishes look great. But yeah, the lack of dining room in that. And we're kind of starting to see that right for these older places where they're trying to, because I think originally this was a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and they squeezed in another second full bathroom in there. I like this part of the island. You are only 3 blocks to the beach. It's turnkey ready. All you have to do is get your furniture and come in. Plenty of parking. That part of West Avenue is not too busy. When you get that far down south, you're 2 blocks away from the playground, 55th Street, and the shops.
Well, here we go, as well as the rental potential. Not to cut you off, but I mean, where you are in the south end, you are close to all those things you noted. You're 3 blocks from the beach. It's completely renovated. So at those numbers, if you're, I like those numbers. I think that's a great price point for what you're getting.
Yeah, most from a tenant standpoint, they're not so much looking at that dining room. They're looking at the finishes. If there is deck space, clean, that HGTV shabby chic beach look, that's what we're looking. That's what this house has.
Yeah.
So the next one we're jumping into today is at the Flanders, 719 East 11th Street, Unit 206. This is the Promenade Suite, which means it overlooks the boardwalk. It's on the 3rd floor. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. The asking price is $849,900, so $850. If you're not familiar with the Flanders, it's an icon in Ocean City. It is operated still kind of as a hotel. That has an excellent rental program, front desk that handles everything from the cleaning, the maid service, check-ins, checkouts. This unit does about $67,000 gross per year. You have a pool, dedicated parking spot. And I would say this unit kind of gave me that Tommy Bahama feel about it. It's very elegantly designed. Brazilian cherry hardwood floors, granite countertops, marble flooring in the bathrooms, coffered ceilings. It just, has that feel to it.
Yeah, I like this one. The Flanders units are very known for kind of hands-off rental, and you get to use it occasionally, and you have your beach home here, because the Flanders does a great job with their rental program. But these promenade suites are very unique. They move very quickly. Every time I've seen one come up, they go very quickly. They're a little over 1,000 square feet. They're a great spot. You even have a private cabana that overlooks the pool. You're on the pool deck there. So there's a lot of perks when you get into that unit, and a great location in a great building. So I do like that one. That's why we're highlighting this one. It's just very unique. Unit in the Flanders to have come up. So the next one we're jumping into is another renovated single at 2336 Simpson Avenue. This one is 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms plus a den. It's over 2,500 square feet on a 40 by 115 lot in a quiet neighborhood, and This one is listed for, you got the wrong price here, but it is $1,749,000. It is another renovated single, like I said, and it's a nice job. I took a walk through it today. Still a lot to be done, but it's a Price Brothers product, and they turn out high quality product. So it's going to be a really nice renovation. It's a very nice family home. It's laid out very nicely. You have detached, oversized one-car garage, and that has a rooftop deck on top of that. You have 4 bedrooms upstairs, or 3 bedrooms upstairs, and 1 downstairs that is a junior suite with an extra den space as well. So they're going to knock out the kitchen. It's going to be a really nice project in a quiet area. So just off the bike path.
Yeah, I think you hit all the spots on the house. Price Brothers, high-end builder. They don't do spec homes. Everything about it's custom. And it's really going to show in this property. Like, he had nice location, good neighborhood, quiet, very family oriented, right off the bike path, and it's a renovation. And we're starting to see more and more of those, and I think you get a little more bang for your buck with that.
Yeah, I agree.
So the next place we're going into is 719 East 10th Street, Unit 401. This is a premier top floor corner unit at the Impala Suites. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms. The Impala Suites was a project that was finished in 2021, so it's probably one of the newest projects of this kind on the boardwalk. The asking price is $1.2 million. This has a pool, off-street parking. It's an excellent rental program with on-site management. These units gross over $100,000. There's storage. This particular one, top floor, so it has views of the beach and the boardwalk. It's a great location. It's on the corner right there. Easy access to the shops, the rides, and everything else.
I mean, you nailed it on the head with everything there. I mean, the one thing I was even going to note, is repeat it, it's the gross rentals there. I mean, they do well over, a little over $100,000. That's a big number for.
And I think they're only growing. Like, they're only in their second, third year of rentals. So
and this is, like you said, a premier unit, corner unit with views of the ocean and the boardwalk. It's a well-run, again, another well-run condominium. And I don't know if we explained how they have the lockout rooms.
We did not.
So, I mean, it can be rented in many different ways. It can be rented as a 3-bedroom suite, or the efficiency,
like a
1-bedroom
efficiency
in the middle unit, or the 2 hotel rooms on the side. So you could potentially have 3 different renters in these units at one time. So it really maximizes your income with these units, which is very unique.
And the front desk handles that all, so it's not like you have to think about it. Like, I was just trying to think about all the different ways there. They do it all for you. You just sit back, collect a check, and again, this is only like their 3rd year in, so that I project that income to continue to grow year after year.
Yeah, I agree. Our last one this week is another renovated multi-unit building, 736 Wesley Avenue. This is specifically, we're talking about Unit B, but there are 5 residential units in this building that are available. This one, I believe, is the best value. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit on the 2nd floor of this building. It's completely turnkey, furnished, ready to go. Very convenient location to downtown Asbury, the boardwalk. You're right on the corner of 8th and Wesley there. Very strong rental history, and this one's listed at $695,000. There is no designated parking, but you do have the church lot behind you that they're okay with you parking there, other than Sundays. And then you have the parking lot that we park in on 8th and Central right here. You can get the permit with the city to have a designated spot there. And again, this does $72,000 in gross rentals. And you have a minimal HOA of $470, which covers your insurances, your water, sewer, trash removal, maintenance for the common areas. So you minimal overhead inside, no rental program. So you choose how you would like to rent this. Rent it on Airbnb, through a realtor. You can do nightlies. You can do. It's a lot of flexibility on that. But again, this is one of 5 units in there. You could actually purchase all of them if you'd like. They're all available. And it's over commercial. It's new Kilwins, which is new to town, which is really, I would say, elevated that corner of town.
I would absolutely agree. That's why I think there's a couple of things I like about this property. The first is Kilwins.
Mhm.
You know, those guys, they spent a ton of money down there, like outfitting downstairs. It's really nice, well done. I mean, if you're not familiar with Kilwins, I mean, they have a cult-like following.
Yeah.
Also, the rentals here. Like, you know, if they didn't have the proof, you know, the rental history, them doing 70,000 on this corner, like for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, like that, you run the math there on the acquisition cost, the carrying cost, and then what you can do rentals. It is a great investment property.
Yeah, I agree, and it's actually one of the landmark building of Ocean City. I mean, it's been there since the early 1900s, but it has been completely renovated in let's say in 2022, and they did a really nice job. So it's ready to go, turnkey, furnished, nice unit there.
Yeah, that's, I mean, good unit, and right, here's a spot. Potentially you could buy what the other 5 units are in there, and all the other units are just for layouts.
Yeah, and all 5 units combined. I mean, there's 2 3-bedrooms, 2 1-bedrooms, and a 2-bedroom on the top floor. All said and done. Developer is now letting go of them, but he did hold on to them for that first year to build up those rentals, to show what they can do, and he's doing over 250,000 gross on those 5.
Incredible.
Yes, on those 5 units. So, but you know, we didn't have sleepers again this week. Still, the market's been pretty tight. But the one thing we did notice when we were talking about the properties that we were bringing up this week is the amount of renovations that are coming across. We're seeing a lot more renovations, and not having to, I guess, the understanding of the 50% rule. Now that we've been living with it for, I guess, how long now?
Well, I'm not even sure.
Maybe 5 years, 6 years. But I guess there's a better understanding of how to use that, how to work around those parameters.
To work within the parameters, because it is, you know, people always get concerned, like, well, I'm gonna have to raise my house and this and that, and but you know, if you really pay attention, you're educated on it, you ask the right questions. I mean, right, there are a ton of renovation projects here, and which I think is really cool for Ocean City. You're seeing a lot of these classic Ocean City homes. Like, I mean, the one on 23rd and Simpson was built in 1966, and it's getting a new life. That one at 49th and Asbury that we showcased. You have the 2, one at 54th and Haven and 30th and the Bay. So it's just, you're seeing all these classic Ocean City homes getting a second life, a facelift, and they're turnkey ready, which is what buyers want to see. Buyers don't want to come in and do the work. They'd much rather pay to have it done and not have that headache.
And a lot of people appreciate the classic, you know, home styles compared to a newer construction, which usually newer constructions have a lot of smaller bedrooms, where these older style will have a lot more bedrooms, and they don't conform to the old setback, or they conform to older setbacks rather than new setbacks, which can usually get you more square footage working within that footprint. You know, I learning the 50% rule, have an understanding of that. You know, I think people understand now that it's 50% of the permitted work. You know, you don't have to go off the city's tax assessment of your property. You can get your own appraisal to bring that forward, to show what you're going to do and how that's going to add up to that 50%. And then another thing to note is the historical properties and how they are, you know, you can renovate a historical property as much as you want, and you don't have to, you're not constrained by the 50% rule.
You are constrained in other things of what you can and can't do on the outside to stay in line with the historic district and contributing. But right, that 50% rule, it does not apply to it.
Take us out this week.
Take us out.
Thank you for joining us again for our Ocean City weekly real estate roundup. I'm Pat Davish with OCNJHomes.com.
And I'm Gray Haenn with Berger Realty.
Please continue to follow us, like our videos, and we'll catch you next week.